This is the Redmi 14C, the upgrade of the 13C, or so we thought. First thing, Redmi decided to give the 14C a unique design, a new one, compared to the 13C. But it's not exactly unique because the TechnoSpark 30C has the same exact design. But that's a story for another day. Now, if you're using the 14C or you plan to buy the 14C, I would advise not getting the black because that is a fingerprint magnet. If you're like me and you're not interested in wiping your phone every 5 minutes, I would advise not getting the black one because every time you use the phone, you would see your fingerprints due to the glossy black finish at the back of the phone. So if you want to get the 14C, I would advise getting the green, the purple, or the blue colors because those ones don't show as much as the black does. Now let's leave the back of the phone for now and talk about the front, the display. The display of the 14C is 6.88 inches, a bit bigger than the 13C, which was 6.74 inches. So you're getting a bigger display with a 120 Hz refresh rate. Well, technically a 90 Hz refresh rate because the phone will automatically choose between 60 Hz and 90 if you're doing anything outside the settings app. But only when you're in the settings app will the phone refresh at 120 Hz, which kind of defeats the purpose of adding it as a major feature. But, the numbers make the customers buy the phone, and I guess it's working because I bought the phone. But anyways, the Redmi 14C uses the Helio G81 Ultra processor. Meanwhile, the 13C used the Helio G85 Ultra, and it might be easy to think G85 is better than G81 because it is higher, but it's the other way around. So the G81 Ultra that the Redmi 14C is using is better than the G85 that the 13C was using. But all these things are on paper. Would you notice in real life usage? No, you would not. The Redmi 14C can handle all your smartphone needs. And if you're a gamer and you want to buy this phone, I would advise you not to. But if you're stubborn and you decide to buy the 14C, the phone can handle medium to low graphics of different games. You can play Call of Duty, Dream League, whatever game on low graphics. And the phone is a budget phone. It costs 143,000 naira as of today. So the specs are to be expected. You see what I did there? Specs to be expected. Anyways, in terms of RAM and storage, you get 4 gig RAM, 128 gig, 6 gig RAM, 128, and then 8 gig RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage. So I would advise leaving the 4 gig RAM alone. And if you want to buy this one, start from 6. And if you're feeling, fancy, get the 8 gig RAM. Now you must have noticed the elephant in the room. Redmi decided to go with a circular looking camera module at the back, and you might be thinking 4 cameras. I'm getting 4 cameras with the 14C. That's one more than the iPhone. So this one must be better. It must take better pictures. But I'm sorry to burst your bubble. You have only one 50 megapixels camera that's working. The rest are for decoration. But let me show you a few of the pictures I took with the Redmi 14C. Now, these are a few pictures I took with the phone. And as you can see, or as you can notice, the more light you give the camera, the better your results. Then just like the 13C, the 14C shoots videos at 1080p, 30 FPS without any stabilization. So you need to make sure to stay in one place or use a tripod. Then the selfie camera, you get an upgrade from the 13C, which was using 8 megapixels, but the 14C now has a 13 megapixel selfie camera. Now I noticed a big issue with the 14C, which is apparently common among Redmi phones. The 14C running Xiaomi HyperOS on top of Android 14 has a lot a lot of ads. And I'm not talking about the notification ads, I'm talking ads on skippable videos when trying to do something as basic as just changing your wallpaper. Going to the settings app, trying to change your fonts, ads come up. Xiaomi, why? Why? Leave us, please. But then again, they have to make their money one way or the other, so it comes with the budget phone. So remember, when you're buying the Xiaomi 14C, you would have a lot of ads, which would need different tweakings, different settings change to remove the ads. And I'm not even sure you can remove completely, but I'll let you know in the comments if I confirm that. But that aside, the Redmi phone works well. If you leave the ads out of it, it works well as an entry smartphone. So once again, budget phone, budget specs, and you need to reduce your expectations when getting the 14C. Now, Redmi knew what they were doing with the 14C because the 14C has a 5160 mAh battery. And the 13C had just a 5000 mAh battery. So you're getting bigger battery life. And the 13C also offered 10 hours of on-screen time, meaning since the 14C has a bigger battery, you're probably going to get that 10 hours plus more even on a regular day. So that is probably because they want to bombard you with more ads, but that's not the point. You have better battery life with the 14C. And when it comes to charging, the phone supports 15 watts charging, but for some reason, the box came with a 33 watts charger. Yes, 15 watts charging. The box came with a 33 watts charger. I don't know what went wrong, but we're not complaining. And the phone takes roughly 2 hours to get back to 100%. So that's a long time. But since you're going to be charging it at night or when you're going to bed, you barely notice. Once you wake up in the morning, the phone would be charged. Also, Xiaomi decided to put the fingerprint on the side. Get it? Decide. Anyways, but yes, I can once again say how comfortable it is to have your power button plus fingerprint combo in your phones, tablets, or whatever. I'm a big fan of that. So the question once again, should you buy this phone in 2025? Well, if you're using the 13C, I would say no. There's literally no reason to upgrade your phone from the 13C to the 14C. But if you want to get an Android, you're using an older one, maybe a 2017 phone, and you want to get the latest Redmi or a high-end Redmi phone, I would say you can get the 14C. But there are other phones with that price, and they have better specifications. So I would want you to weigh your options. The phone is a good phone, but the competition is a lot around that price range. So yeah, that's up to you. So thank you for getting to this point. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. I'm disappearing now. Now this is not part of the video. This is just to remind you that if you did enjoy the video, subscribe click the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and yeah, I appreciate it. We're about to get to 500, so if you want to help the ministry, subscribe.